All right, hey everybody, this is Rob Shack. So we are going to start the next race in the endurance races. This is the Seattle 100 miles, I think, race. And so I'm going to be using the Ford GT40 just because I want to play as a car that's not used by any of the other cars in the race, and I don't think that could be fair. I think this is really funny. Look at the background of this advertisement. It's JGTC cars. But then when you do the race, you will find that it is not JGTC race cars at all. JGTC. Yeah, Japanese Grand Touring Circuit. Yeah, so the picture was that, but then we're not seeing those cars here. So I find that really funny. Alright, so let's do this thing. So I will commentate as much of this. Oh my gosh. I can't. There we go. I can't stop controlling my car here. Shoot. Okay. Gotta get into the swing of this. I'm not used to just starting right away like that. That was kind of nuts. So, yeah, so I'm using the Ford GT40 from the 60s. It's a good car. I don't know what tires. I didn't check the tires. I probably should have checked the tires because this could be a problem. But, yeah, so this car's good. It's a little bit hard to control because it's from the 60s. And this Cobra and I are going to try to be the 1960s cars winning this race, but I don't see that happening. Well, maybe the Shelby can win. Give him some boost of speed here, just because I'm friendly. And so he is sliding into that wall. I haven't even done this. This is the first time. I'm just trying it right off the bat. Would rather let y'all see me totally mess up and lose control of my car and not know what's going on than try to act like it's all perfect, because, well, it's not. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to kind of I'll chill behind the Cobra for a bit, but eventually I plan on passing this car. Trying to help the Corvette Z06, and he's in second, so I'm like, I'll help the Cobra now. I also don't want to mess myself up here, so chill. I'm trying to not totally screw this race up. Yeah, this car is very out of control. Not as bad as the Cobra, though, obviously. The Cobra's tail sliding on every corner here. But the GT40 is good. I'm not really sure who that is that's already really far behind. Somebody's kind of sucking right now. I don't know who that is, but we'll see when I lap them, hopefully. So I'm just kind of trying to help the Cobra. I get the inclination that the Cobra's going to need to pit sooner because of the fact that, I mean, he tail slides like crazy, so I'm like, he's probably going to need to pit sooner, so I'm just like, let's see if I can give him a big lead and see what he can do. Wow, he is strong. Oh, okay, well, he is pitting very early. He pitted on the second lap. That's terrible. Okay, well, that'll be bizarre. Now it's my time to shine here. The 60s cars now taking a turn for the worse, considering that now the Cobra is in 5th. So, alright, well, there we go. So I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot. I really am honored that y'all follow these videos and y'all have been following my Gran Turismo 3 playthrough for like 8 months ish. It's hard to talk and play. Yeah, this is like, since I can't get the live stream to work, this is the equivalent. I'm just talking as I play because I don't know why the live stream just mutes every time ever. So I'm just like, I don't know. I talked to some other people on other channels. I just like sent out messages. I was like, why? People were saying you probably need to update your Elgato, but I don't know what that means. I think that means just getting another one. Or I checked the updates on the Elgato card, and it was saying that there's an update that I haven't done where I can get it to be the most up to date. But as a result of doing that, I won't be able to film in the setting that I have this game in currently. Like I wouldn't be able to do 720. And I feel like this game wouldn't look good in 1080p or more. So I'm like, well, and I don't know if my computer can handle it, so I'm just not doing that. Whoa. So I'm 19 seconds ahead of the Z06. I'm feeling like I have medium tires on, maybe medium slick. So I'm gonna have to pit probably before them. But yeah. So yeah, back to the live stream. Figure out what that is. I think I'll just keep doing it like this for now, and then eventually I'll figure out how to. Something will change, and I'll be able to do it. But I think I might need to just get another computer that can handle 1080p because I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the computer is very. It seems like it's just exerting a lot of energy to stay going right now. So I'm like, well, that's part of the reason why I'm like, well, I don't know if I should make it strain any further because then the computer will totally not work, and I don't have enough right now to get another computer. So yeah. So here we. So I'm trying to keep my time well. I don't know who that is that's doing so terrible. I'm assuming that's a Camaro. No offense to the Camaros. It just seems like they're not as good overall compared to the sliding on that turn. I just assume it's a Camaro because I mean the Cobra, the SVT Cobra is really good in this game, and so is the Z06. And if the other, I think the other car was a Grand Sport. That's the only one I remember from the thing. Cause I bumped into him, I'm pretty sure. But Cobra's pitting again on the 5th. Wow, he's gonna pit like 20 times literally by the time this race ends. Well, I was trying to have a Team 1960s. This in the thing. If it is the Corvette and the Camaro and then the SVT Cobra and then the Corvette Z06, there's like Team 2000, Team 90s, and then Team 60s. And that seems like kind of hilarious that there's actually like 3 sets of types of cars in this race. This is the thing I do for fun when I play these games, is I try to set up in my head, I just kind of do a team with all the cars in the game. I don't know if y'all do this, but like, so in this race, there's 3 teams. There's the cars from the 1960s, which is me and the Cobra. There's the 290s cars, which is a Camaro, probably, and the Corvette Grand Sport. And then there's the team of the cars from 2000, which is the SVT Cobra and the Z06, which are both 2000, like 2000, exactly the year 2000 cars. And I'm like, well, that's kind of funny. So then I can see what place everyone ends up getting by the end of the race. You can kind of see, like, you can do the same idea with the, call it, like the race, the way the championships work in this game, where you get like 10, 6, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. You can do that. I just do that for fun. You don't have to do that. That's just like a little thing I do just to kind of pass the time while the game is going. See, I'm hoping that the Cobra ends up being in a higher place because he's on my hypothetical team up in here. So, yeah. But I don't know about the live stream. I'm going to keep trying to figure it out. I'm just kind of hoping that it'll eventually work. But yeah, I don't know. I will just have to kind of figure that out. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for still following the channel and for supporting the Gran Turismo 3 playthrough. And be sure to check out all my other stuff, because there's a lot that I do on this channel. I mean, a lot of y'all already have, so thank you for doing that, because I'm not just a Gran Turismo playthrough channel and like Gran Turismo fun. I try to do this with my favorite types of games. So I really like Halo games, and I really like Dynasty Warriors and Kessen, and so I'm just playing through all of those games as well. Yeah, it's really good. So on this channel, I'm just really honored that y'all watch and that some of y'all are like playing through the game with me and like tell me about it. I really appreciate that. I like hearing. My goal with this channel is not to just like be that guy that plays some game and then you feel like you can't play it too, because you can play the game. I want to hear about that stuff, you know? So yeah, I'm hoping that people still play Gran Turismo 3 and watch it, and I think it's just such a good game. I think it works out really well and it balances out really well, and they did very well with having very few cars. The game doesn't ever really seem monotonous with that, which, I mean, that's like, to me that's huge, that it doesn't feel like it gets tired. Because it really could, with like, they only have like on total like 200 cars in this game. I need to figure out when I should pit. Okay, so if my tires are not totally gone yet, but I want to try to pit as little as possible. Let's see, if I 40, it's 40 divided by 8. If I can make it to 10, that'd be kind of awesome. I have to pit 4 times. Well, here's the Cobra. Fancy seeing you really quickly, but the other way around now. I'm laughing at you. Still give him some boost of speed because I feel bad for. Okay. Kind of, I don't know what they were thinking with this car. He's like so fast, but he pits every other lap. Literally every other lap he's pitting. He's also just like crazy. Finally see the mystery of whoever this is. It is a Camaro. Z28 or an SS. I'm thinking Z28 because the SS is better. Oh my gosh, dude. What are you doing, Cobra? Trying to get you to pass this dude. Yeah, that's a Z. So yeah, I've really just, this game is so good to me. I have really enjoyed it. Grand Sport is now in second. That's interesting. My phone just did a thing. I don't know what that meant. Oh, sorry. You just need to have more horsepower, or you need to have better tires. That's really what you need. Driving up with these medium tires. What are you doing? I'm just trying to help him because I feel Like, they kind of screwed him over on this race, for sure. Might have also just messed him up more there. So I'll do one more lap. Control my car. I'll do one, and then I'll pit because that way I can pit every 10 laps, and that's a pretty good ratio. Even though my tires are like totally struggling right now. That's one less pit. If I pit on the 9th lap, I'll have to pit again on the 38th lap, 36th lap. Alright, well, we are struggling to get through this race, this lap right now. So fast and needs to pit every 2 seconds. GT40 is such a good car too. They like didn't have this car in the game for a really long time. They didn't have the car in the game for a really long time. I haven't done this in a while, but I'll do it at some point. The Gran Turismo 6 like the wind races, I want to do those again. But definitely going into the pit now. Alright. Just chilling. Now that still ahead of the Cobra. Poor Cobra, man. Eventually that Camaro's gonna pit and then he'll maybe pass him again. Yeah, he's like nothing that Cobra. And this is another one of those races where I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna need to post a lot of the replay for this one because I'm like, nothing is really happening. Because the Camaro still hasn't pitted. And I'm impressed with him for not having pitted yet, but I'm like, well, that's the whole reason, that's the only reason why he hasn't been lapped by everybody else yet. If he was pitting too, it'd be, it's right now, he would be already getting lapped. I'm like, there's just not much happening. I mean, the Cobra is getting so far behind that he doesn't even pass the Camaro. And so I'm like, well, you're chilling back there in last, and you're the fastest car in the game. In this race, you're faster than everyone else except for me, and you're in last because you're pitting every other lap, and the Camaro hasn't pitted, and it's been almost 12 laps. He's on his 11th lap. I'm like, Cobra, just put on some tires. 'Cause he's driving well. I mean, I messed him up by accident a little bit. Kind of was trying to give him boost of speed, and he couldn't handle it, but I didn't like. Wasn't in trouble, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But yeah, they totally were like, let's give. He's pitting again. He pitted it without even passing the Camaro that time. So like, he's officially holding down last place. He's not gonna pass anybody until the Camaro maybe pits, which I don't even know when that's gonna happen. The Camaro seems like since he's so much slower, he's not straining his tires nearly as much. So he's just not pitting. I mean, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I mean, that's a viable strategy on this course. It can work depending on how fast your car is. But he's a little bit too slow. But I mean, it just prevents him from getting lapped very much. Because if he was pitting more than the Camaros, I mean, than the Corvette and the Mustang, then he would be in a totally different position right now. But he's literally not yet. we'll see how many times I can lap these cars, because they're pretty good. 40 laps is definitely not as much. This is going to take less time than the one I did, than the Grand Valley Speedway one, because that race took forever. The race was very long. It was fun, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out, because I use the Ford Focus in a race with Japanese Grand Circuit cars, and I'm better than them, but not really, because they are faster than me. I just had maybe better time. I don't even know what it was. It was a challenge. I wanted to challenge myself. And this race I could have used the PT Cruiser, but I was like, no. PT Cruiser is terrible, and even if you're using super slick tires, that car revs so much and redlines so much and just burns the back tires. And I'm like, even with super slick tires, he would probably pit before everybody. And I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that. It works better with race cars than with road cars. Looks so good too. It's aged pretty well too. That I'm just impressed with. Almost tail sliding. Yeah, so I'm just doing. Wow, beat my time. If I can break 130, that'd be good. Couldn't try to. I haven't really been paying attention to how I've been doing these turns, but I'm hoping I can get a 129 something. But yeah, thank you guys again. Thank you so much for the support. I just really appreciate it. It's been a good time. It's been really fun doing this, and I think I like. Cool. So if you have who like any of these things, yeah, tell them about my channel. Because I have a good time. I hope y'all enjoy it. I used to not talk in my videos, and I don't know. I think I just was nervous if I talked, I would start to get caught up in the wanting to be one of those YouTube people that's the ones that say ooh, what's up everybody? And I'm like, that's just not how I planned on ever doing this. So then I was really nervous about that, but then y'all were telling me, you don't have to be like that. It's not scary. I was like, okay, you're right. And now here we are. I also just don't like the way I sound. If y'all don't like the way you sound, let me know. It's really... Hey, I got it. Alright. Broke 130. Barely. I keep trying to break my times because it's fun to see what if I can keep breaking my old scores. I think is going pretty well. I still beat it. Wow. Apparently I was going easy on everybody. Right. We're almost halfway done now. Approaching lapping everybody for a second time. This is the Cobra, because he just is doing really not good at this point. Yeah, it's so funny. He's the fastest car on this race, and he's very in last. It's kind of like, wow. Cobra and Corvette are together. Camaro still has not pitted. Very impressive though for never pitting. Oh, he's ping. Man. I was like, I was gonna help you, but I can't help him because he went in the pit and I'm not pitting yet. So, too bad. And the Camaro hasn't... It's interesting because the Camaro hasn't pitted yet, and as a result of that, he still is within like a realistic amount to the Corvette and the Mustang and the other Corvette, because he's still still within a pretty close. He's pretty close to them. Like, he's not close to me, but I can't tell how close he is to them. I guess I could calculate it off of the lap times. But yeah, they're pretty near each other, which is just weird. You wouldn't get that off of or I'll miss. That's fine too. Give him a little boost of speed. He got a little bit. But yeah, so since the Camaro is just chilling, I don't know how worn out its tires are. I'm sure they're pretty worn out by now because it's almost half through the whole race. But yeah, like, the Grand that far away from the Grand Sport, which is just kind of nuts. Cobra, man, poor Cobra. He's kind of screwed, but it's okay. Because I'm winning. At least somebody from the 60s is doing well in this race. And he would be doing well, but he needs to pit every other lap, and that's a little bit inhibiting.